So let's start with our motivation, as usual. The motivation, then visualize all sentient. Well, focus our minds and visualize all sentient beings. Generate a positive motivation. Go for refuge. Yeah, and then go through the sadhana. Okay, so get comfortable wherever you are in meditation posture, and then scan through your body. See that you're relaxed and comfortable. Breathe in, kind of nourishing air energy, white light energy. As you breathe out, imagine any heaviness, obscurations flow out into the ground. And then gradually focus your mind on an object of meditation. Try to just focus your mind there, remain in the present moment, being fully aware of the object, be it your breath or your mind or something else. And then let go of any distracting thoughts and perceptions. And then visualize yourself surrounded by all sentient beings, beginning with the class of friends, your immediate family and your friends. So visualize all the male friends and family to your right and behind you, and then all your female friends and family to your left and behind you, beginning with your parents for this life. So imagine them all seated together with you, engaged in the same practice. And then visualize those in the class of antagonists whom you're most prone to become angry with, seated directly in front, facing toward you. And then all the other sentient beings who exist in whatever state of rebirth they exist, imagine them all in human form, seated all around you. So then generate a positive motivation for doing this Tara practice. And try to integrate all sentient beings into your motivation, thinking, every happiness I've ever experienced, every state of well-being, every enjoyment has all come about in dependence upon other sentient beings. So, and they are just like me, the same as me, wishing to have happiness, wishing to be free from suffering. So therefore, I'll do this practice in order to benefit all those other sentient beings as well as myself. And then try to think a long-term way, not just in this life, but in future lives, but to benefit oneself and others by achieving a state of freedom from death and rebirth through the force of afflictive emotions, or samsara. And then in order to achieve that for all sentient beings, how the most effective thing we can do is to achieve the state of full enlightenment. So therefore, in order to achieve state of full enlightenment as a Buddha, then I'll engage in this practice in order to benefit all sentient beings. I'll engage in this practice, or whatever form of motivation suits your mind. So we can especially think, since we're doing this in the midst of a pandemic, think of all those who are sick with COVID-19 or other illnesses right now. especially those on our prayer list, but in general. And then remember all of them and think, we'll do this practice in order to help them recover, become fully restored, healed again. And then visualize the field of refuge in front. So you can visualize Shakyamuni Buddha or Aryatara or one of your own teachers in the space in front. Recalling and think how they embody the three jewels of refuge, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, and how these have the ability to protect oneself and others from sufferings of this life, sufferings of future life, all the sufferings of samsara, and lead one to the state of enlightenment by unmistakably teaching the Four Noble Truths based on their own experiential realization. So try to generate a wish to be free for oneself and others from sufferings, and then a faith in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and the ability to help us in that regard. Then we'll go for refuge by reciting this first verse 3 times. I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and Lord of all supreme beings. I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and Lord of all supreme beings. I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and Lord of all supreme beings. And we can read the rest of this graduated path prayer. Please, Guru Buddhas, bestow on me the ability to unify my mind with the Dharma and be successful in practicing Dharma in order to achieve the graduated path. May no hindrances occur while achieving the path. Please bless me to realize that I have received a perfect human rebirth, which is highly meaningful, for many reasons difficult to obtain, but perishable, transient, and fragile, decaying in the shortest moment because of its changeable nature. Thus, my death is definite, but its actual time is most indefinite. And after death, I am far more likely to be reborn in the lower suffering realms, having created infinitely more negative than positive karma, and this in previous lives. Please bless me to comprehend how incredibly unendurable is the suffering of the lower realms, that I might take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha with all my heart, and realize the evolution of karma and all its profundity, that I might perform only virtuous actions and abandon all negative creations. By practicing in this way, I will be reborn in the upper realms, but will still have to experience unlimited samsaric suffering because of uncontrolled delusion and karma. Please bless me to realize fully the evolution of samsara from uncontrolled rebirth to death to rebirth, and to follow day and night the 3 higher trainings of the path: higher conduct, higher concentration, and higher wisdom, which are the main methods to release me from samsara. But as each sentient being has been my mother, and as most of them are in extreme suffering, please bless me to bring success to all sentient beings by renouncing the perfect happiness of self and practicing the bodhisattva deeds of the 6 perfections with the bodhisattva's mind of exchanging self with others on the basis of equanimity meditation. Thus shall I have no sorrow in experiencing the samsaric suffering of all other sentient beings, for no matter how long, having trained my mind in the general path. Please bless me to follow the quick Vajrayana teachings by feeling sentient beings suffering very unimaginably unbearable for even the shortest moment as my own, and to achieve the attainment of Shakyamuni Buddha immediately at this very moment by keeping my ordinations and the instructions of the Guru with the best and highest care in life for the sole purpose of enlightening all sentient beings. So imagine you go for refuge and briefly reflect on the meaning of that prayer of the topics of the graduated path to enlightenment of the Lama. Okay, then we visualize above the crown of one's head, visualize a lotus and a moon disk. Upon these is the great treasury of compassion, Aryatara, mother of all enlightened beings, who is oneness with my kind Guru, my Guru. So, actually we visualize our Guru, right, seated, who's in essence Tara, but is in ordinary form, human form. Right? And then we'll visualize Tara at the Guru's heart. My Guru is seated in the full lotus position within a sphere of rainbow-colored light, is pink in complexion and wears the saffron robes of a monk or nun, and a pandit's hat. It's like a yellow pointy hat. His right hand is at his heart in the gesture of teaching the Dharma and holds a vajra and the stem of a white lotus that blooms beside his right ear. His left hand is on his hip. It holds a bell and the stem of another white lotus that blooms beside his left ear. At my Guru's heart is Aryatara in female aspect, green in color and seated in the dancing posture within a sphere of rainbow-colored light. Her left leg is bent up and her right leg is outstretched halfway. Her left hand is at her heart in the mudra symbolizing the triple gem. So that's with the ring and the thumb finger. The ring and the thumb, The thumb and the ring finger touching, and the other fingers up like that. So it's the same as Chittamani Tara. Her left hand is at her heart in the mudra symbolizing the triple gem and holding the stem of a blue Pali flower. Her right hand is extended over her right knee with the palms face up and all the fingers stretching and the thumb stretching out, stretching downwards. In the mudra of granting sublime realizations. She is beautifully adorned with jeweled ornaments and scarves and at the three places, so that's at her crown, her throat, and her heart chakra. At her three places bears the syllables Om Ah Hum. At her heart is a lotus and a moon seat upon which stands a radiant green syllable Tam. So you can visualize either the English letters Tam, Tam, or this is the way it's written in Tibetan, like this. You can also visualize like that at Tara's heart. And then light rays radiate from the green letter Tam, and all the enlightened beings, rays of green light radiate in all directions from the Tam and invoke all the enlightened beings of the 10 directions. They're all absorbed into Arya Tara and become one. So we think that the Guru, above the crown of her head, at whose heart is Arya Tara, green Tara. And then there's a Tam at the heart of Tara. Light rays radiate from that throughout the 10 directions, invoking the blessings of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, which absorb into the Guru and Tara. So they are one essence. So take a moment and visualize that. So remember, maintain the visualization of all sentient beings seated around you. And then try to maintain also the attitude of bodhicitta, the aspiration to become enlightened and to benefit all sentient beings. And also, as much as you can, a mindfulness of emptiness, of dependent arising. That all phenomena, all sentient beings, oneself, the Guru and Tara visualized above the crown of one's head are all empty of existing from their own side, or dependently arising phenomena. I'm going to make a request. Please remain above my head until I receive or achieve full enlightenment. And then we recite, this refuge and bodhicitta prayer. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly by my merit from giving and other perfections. May I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly by my merit from giving and other perfections. May I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly by my merit from giving and other perfections. May I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. And then the seventh prayer. With my body, speech, and mind, I devoutly prostrate. So imagine making prostrations to all your gurus and the Buddhas in different directions. I offer all offerings, both imagined and real. So imagine emanating skies full of beautiful offerings. All my sins or negative actions and offenses amassed from beginningless time, I confess. So think of all the negative, harmful actions you've done, generate a sense of regret. Remember how all the negative actions you've done are empty of existing from their own side. Therefore, they can be completely purified. And I think by doing this Tara practice, we'll completely purify them and try to generate the power of restraint, thinking for some realistic period of time. In the future, we will try our best to refrain from doing these again. And then rejoicing. I rejoice in all virtuous actions of holy and ordinary beings. And then the last three. O Gurus and Buddhas, please remain until samsara ends, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. All my virtues and those of all others I dedicate to the great enlightenment. And we offer a mandala. This ground, anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offering. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. The objects of my attachment, aversion, ignorance, friends, enemies, and strangers, and my body, wealth, and enjoyments. Without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure, and bless me with freedom from the three poisons. So imagine the Guru is one with Tara above the crown of your head. Very happily receives your offerings and prayers. And then we make these 3 requests and visualizations. Blessing our body, speech, and mind, and purifying our subtle obscuration. So first request, please bless me to purify all obscurations or non-virtues of my body, so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajrabhati. So especially think we're purifying the karma of killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct, and otherwise physically harming sentient beings by destroying their homes, destroying, polluting the environment, and so forth in the past. We request her to help us purify all of that karma. And then white light emanates from the Om at Tara's brow and curves in an arc into my brow. My body is purified completely of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajrabhati. So it will become filled with this blissful white light, purifying all of the negative karma of body. And the same happens for all the other sentient beings sitting around us. And then the next request, please bless me to purify all obscurations of my speech, so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra speech. So especially We purify lying, harsh speech, slander, and idle gossip, and all the karma created by harming other sentient beings with our speech. So visualize that red light emanates from the letter A at Tara's throat and curves in an arc into my throat. My speech is purified completely of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra speech. And then the mind. Please bless me to purify all obscurations of my mind so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra mind. So this is especially the karma of covetousness and malice and wrong views, such as that past and future lives do not exist, or it doesn't matter what we do, there is no karma, law of cause and effect. So think that blue light emanates from the letter Hum at Aryatara's heart and curves in an arc into my own heart chakra. My mind is purified of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra mind. The blue light pours into our heart chakra from Tara's heart, completely filling our body with blissful blue light, purifying all of the karma created by harming other sentient beings with our mind and our thoughts. And the same happens for all of the sentient beings seated around us. Okay, then the last one, subtle obscurations. Please bless me to purify all delusions and subtle obscurations to omniscience, so that my body, speech, and mind will become one with Guru Tara's holy body, speech, and mind. Make a request. And then think in response to this request, now the three color light beams emanate simultaneously from the Om on Hum syllables, curving in an arc and entering my three places, my crown, throat, and heart, completely purifying all my delusions and subtle obscurations to omniscience. My body, speech, and mind become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind. So then we dissolve into emptiness. My root guru dissolves into Aryatara, right? So the guru above the crown of your head, just like when you breathe on a mirror and there's makes a circle of steam of your breath, like condensation, and it gradually kind of evaporates from the outside in. So like that, your guru dissolves into Aryatara above the crown of your head. Then she dissolves into green light. And this green light then flows into you, to the crown of your head, completely filling your entire body, pervading your mind with great joy, bliss. And my wrong conception that I and all other phenomena are self-existent or existent from their own side, together with all my dualistic mind and its wrong views, disappear completely, becoming so completely empty. Not even a trace of them remains. I concentrate one-pointedly in this empty state with the wisdom that is indistinguishably one with the Guru Tara's blissful, omniscient mind. Right? So thank you. And all phenomena dissolve into emptiness. The ultimate nature of reality, ultimate truth. So meditate on emptiness single-pointedly for a moment. And then within the sphere of emptiness, remember your motivation of bodhicitta, wishing to benefit all sentient beings as much as possible. Then these two are united. It's wisdom realizing emptiness and bodhicitta are united in one mind. So then, out of emptiness, my wisdom mind manifests instantly as Aritar's holy body, seated upon the lotus and moon cushion. So if you don't have initiation into Aritar, you visualize in the space in front of you or in the space above the crown of your head. If you do have initiation, then you can visualize yourself visualizing Aritar. So Aryatara's holy body, a brilliant green, seated upon a lotus and a moon cushion. At my heart is another lotus. So at Tara's heart is another lotus and moon seat, upon which in the center stands the syllable Tam, again green, surrounded by a clockwise direction by the syllables of the mantra Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. The Tam, and so from the center out, the Tam, the mantra, and the mantra are manifestations of Guru Tara's holy mind, with which my mind is totally united. So visualize Tara clearly. At her heart is a lotus and moon seat. Upon that is a letter Tam. And then around the edge of the moon disk, standing upright in a clockwise direction, are the letters of the mantra Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. So at this point, and again, we'll recite the praise to the 21 Taras, which is in an appendix at the end of this sadhana. We'll recite in English with the tune, just like last time. So again, visualize in the space, kind of a little further in front of you, green Tara, Arya Tara, Mother Tara, surrounded by the other 20 aspects of Tara, each of which protect from specific kind of fears, specific kind of calamities or problems. So as we recite one verse of praise to each of the 21 Taras, then imagine sequentially an emanation of that Tara absorbs into you and blesses you. From your sublime abode at the Patala, O Tara, born from the green letter Tam, your crown adorned with Amitabha, action mother of the Buddhas of the 3 times, Tara, please come with your attendants. The gods and demigods bow to your lotus feet, O Tara. You who rescue from all who are destitute, to you, Mother Tara, I pay homage. Om, I prostrate to the noble, transcendent liberator. Homage, Tara, swift heroic, eyes like lightning instantaneous, spontaneous opening stamens of the Lord of 3 worlds, shipborn lotus. Homage, she whose face combines 100 outer moons at fullest, blazing with light rays resplendent, as 1,000 star collection. Homage, golden blue one lotus, water born and adorned, effort, giving ever calm austerities, patience, meditation, her sphere. Homage, crown of Tathagatas, action triumph without limit, relied on by conquerors' children, having reached every perfection. Homage to filling with Tutare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with their feet the 7 worlds, able to draw forth all beings. Homage worshipped by the All-Lord, Shakara Agni Brahma, honored by the host of spirits, corpses as Gandharvas, Yakshas. Homage with their tread and pat sounds, destroying closed magic diagrams, her feet pressing left out right, and blazing in a raging fire blaze. Homage to the very dreadful destroyer of Mara's champion, she with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies. Amejata hurt her fingers, adorn her with Rido Mudra. Light ray masses all excited, all directions wheels adorn her. Ahmed, she's so joyous, radiant, Krana emitting garlands of light, mirthful laughing with Tutare, subjugating Mara's devas. Ahmed, she able to summon all her guardians assembly, shaking, frowning with their home sign, saving from every misfortune. Ahmed's Krana adorned with crescent, Munal ornaments most shining. Amitabha in her hair now, sending out much light eternal. Ahmed she made with a blaze like Eon and fire abide. Vaishya left and joy surrounds you. Troops of enemies destroy you. Ahmed she who strikes the ground with her palm and with her foot beats it. Scaling with the letter home, the seven levels she does conquer. Ahmed happy, virtuous, peaceful. She who's filled his peace nirvana. She endowed with Om and Swaha, destroyer of the great evil. Ahmed she would just around it, tearing foes' bodies asunder. Freeze with home and knowledge mantra, all watchmen of the 10 lakh. Ahmed Turi was a letter of the ship of syllable. By foot stamping shakes the free world. Meru Mandara in Vinya. Ahmed holding in her hand the hairmarked moon of Deva Lake from whose twice spoken Tara and Pat, totally dispelling poison. Ahmed she whom gods and their kings and the Kinaras do honor. Armored in all joyful splendor, she dispels bad dreams and conflicts. Ahmed she is 2 eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon. With twice Hare and Dutare, she dispels severe contagion. Ahmed's full of liberating, powered by set of 3 natures, destroys hosts of spirits, yakshas, and corpse raisers supreme today. These praises with the root mantra and prostrations thus are 21. So then we do the visualization together with the mantra recitation. So first visualization is purifying. So again, visualize Tara clearly, either yourself as Tara or Tara in front or above the crown of your head. At her heart is a lotus moon disc, in the center of which is the letter Tam. Around the edges of the moon disc of that moon disc are the letters Om Tare Tu Swaha, the 10 syllables of the mantra, standing upright in a clockwise direction. So usually when we do a sadhana, any deity yoga, then the main deity that we visualize is called the commitment being. So that's Tara in this case. And then the seed syllable, that being's heart, in this case the letter Tam, is called the concentration being, because it's by focusing our attention on the seed syllable that we can generate single-pointed concentration. And then when we visualize Buddhas, countless Buddhas, absorbing into that being, as we just visualized when we recite the praise to the 21 Taras, we recite all the different aspects of Tara absorbing into this main Tara that we're visualizing. So those are called the transcendental wisdom beings. They bless the commitment being. Okay, so then first we visualize green light radiates from all the letters of the mantra, Om Tare Tu Tat Swaha, spreading in every direction throughout space. It purifies the negative karmas, gross delusions, and subtle obscurations to omniscience of all sentient beings who become Tara. Right? So we visualize light rays spreading out throughout the universe from the letter Tam and the letters of the mantra. It says green light, but you're in this kind of practice, you can be creative. You can visualize, white light and other rainbow colored lights, red, yellow, violet, as you like. So we'll recite again 2 malas from the Tara mantra to visualize this purification of all sentient beings and the environment. Om Tare Tu Tare Tere Swaha. Om Tare Tu Tare. Om Tare. Om Tare. Om Tare. Tare. Swaha. Tare. And then, so that's four mantras actually. And then Om Tare Swaha. And then again, light radiates, bearing manifold offerings to the six transcendental senses of all the Buddhas and sentient beings will become Tara. Right? So we visualize all the sentient beings around us and all the Buddhas have become Tara, have transformed into Tara through the purification that we've done above. And then we visualize from the tongue, the letters of the mantra, light rays radiate out, making offerings to all of these beings who have become Tara. Om Tare Tare Swaha. Om Tare Tare Swaha. Om Tare. Om Tare Tutra Tere Swaha, Om Tare Tutra. And then the last visualization. The enlightened beings are all extremely pleased and shower down the superlative. So by having made offerings, then all the enlightened beings in the aspect of Tara around us are extremely pleased. And they shower down the superlative qualities of Buddha Tara's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind. Omniscient wisdom, supreme power, infinite compassion, in the form of a great shower of light rays, which absorb into Aryatara in front or into yourself as Aryatara. As I recite the mantra, I absorb and am blessed by this rain. Om Tare Tutare Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Swaha. Om Tare. Om Tare Tutare Swaha. Dedicate. So think very strongly. First of all, you and all sentient beings, all of your negative karma and the causes of these afflictive emotions and every form of suffering. Sorry, you the suffering of you and all sentient beings, and then the causes of those afflictive emotions and karma are completely purified. And all of you have developed us and all sentient beings have developed every positive quality and become fully enlightened in the aspect of Tara. And the environment becomes a pure land. Okay. So then we dedicate. May I quickly become Guru Aryatara and lead each and every sentient being into her enlightened state because of these merits. May the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow and may that which has arisen not diminish, but increase more and more. And then we'll dedicate with the supreme dedication, the King of Prayers. The King of Prayers, the extraordinary aspiration of the practice of Samattabhadra. I bow down to the youthful Arya Manjushri, you lions amongst humans, God of freedom in the present, past, and future. In the worlds of 10 directions, to all of you with body, speech, and sincere mind, I'll bow down. With the energy of aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect, and with as many bodies as atoms of the world, to all you Buddhas visualized and real, I bow down. On every atom are Buddhas, numberless as atoms, each of them is the host of Bodhisattvas, and I am confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way. With infinite oceans of praise for you and oceans of sound from the aspects of my voice, I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas and celebrate all of you gone to bliss. Beautiful flowers, regal garlands, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense I offer to you victorious ones. Fine dress and fragrant perfumes, sandalwood powder, heaped high as Mount Meru, all wondrous offerings in spectacular array I offer to you victorious ones. With transcendent offerings, peerless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength of conviction in the Bodhisattva way, I offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful action I have done with my body, speech, and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger, and confusion, all these I openly lay bare before you. I lift up my heart and rejoice in all positive potential of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solitary realizers, hearers still training, and those beyond, and of all ordinary beings. You who are the bright lights of the worlds in 10 directions, who have attained a Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening, all you who are my guides, please turn the supreme wheel of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly request you who may actualize parinirvana, please stay with us for eons numberless as atoms of the world, for the happiness and well-beings of all wonders in samsara. Whatever slight positive potential I may have created, by paying homage, offering, and acknowledging my faults, rejoicing and requesting that the Buddhas stay and teach, I now dedicate all this for full awakening. May you, Buddhas, now living in the worlds of 10 directions, and all you gone to freedom in the past accept my offerings. May those not yet arisen quickly perfect their minds, awakening as fully enlightened ones. May all worlds in 10 directions be entirely pure and vast. May they be fulfilled with bodhisattvas, surrounding Buddhas gathered beneath a Bodhi tree. May as many beings as exist in 10 directions be always well and happy. May all samsaric beings live in accord with the Dharma, and may their every Dharma wish be fulfilled. Remembering my past lives in all varieties of existence, may I practice the Bodhisattva way, and thus in each cycle of death, migration, and birth, may I always abandon the householder's life. Then following in the footsteps of all the Buddhas, what's the cursor? Then following in the footsteps of all the Buddhas and perfecting the practice of Bodhisattva, may I always act without error or compromise, with ethical discipline, faultless and pure. May I teach the Dharma in the language of gods, and every language of spirits and nagas, of humans and of demons, and in the voice of every form of being. May I be gentle-minded, cultivating the 6 paramitas, and never forget bodhicitta. May I be completely cleansed without omission, every negativity and all that obscures this awakening mind. May I traverse in all my lives in the world, free of karma, afflictions, and interfering forces, just as the lotus blossom is undisturbed by the water's wave, and just as the sun and moon move unhindered through the sky. May I ease the suffering on the lower realms and in the many directions and dimensions of the universe. May I guide all wanderers in samsara to the pure bliss of awakening and be of worthy benefit to them as well. May I practice constantly for eons to come, perfecting the activities of awakening, acting in harmony with the various dispositions of beings, showing the ways of a bodhisattva. May I always have the friendship of those whose path is like mine, and with body, words, and also mind, may we practice together the same aspirations and activities. May I always meet a spiritual mentor and never displease that excellent friend who deeply wishes to help me and expertly teaches the bodhisattva way. May I always directly see the Buddhas, masters encircled by bodhisattvas, and without pause or discouragement for eons to come, may I make extensive offerings to them. May I hold within me the Buddha's genuine Dharma, illuminate everywhere the teachings that awaken, embody the realizations of a bodhisattva, and practice ardently in all future eons. While circling through all states of existence, May I become an endless treasure of good qualities, skillful means, wisdom, samadhi, and liberating stabilizations, gathering limitless pristine wisdom and positive potential. On one atom, I shall see Buddha fields numberless as atoms, inconceivable Buddhas among bodhisattvas in every field, practicing the activities of awakening. Perceiving this in all directions, I dive into an ocean of Buddha fields, each an ocean of the 3 times Buddhas in the space of a wisp of hair. So I too will practice for an ocean of eons. Thus, I am continually immersed in the speech of the Buddhas, an expression that reveals an ocean of qualities in one word, the completely pure eloquence of all the Buddhas, communication suited to the very tendencies of beings. With strength of understanding, I plunge into the infinite enlightened speech of the Dharma of all Buddhas in 3 times gone to freedom, who continually turn the wheel of Dharma methods. I shall experience in one moment such vast activity of all future eons, and I will enter into all eons of the 3 times in but a fraction of a second. In one instant, I shall see all those awakened beings, present, past, present, and future, lions among humans. And with the power of the illusion-like stabilization, I will constantly engage in their inconceivable activity. I shall manifest upon one single atom the array of pure lands, present, past, and future. Likewise, I shall enter the array of pure Buddha fields in every direction without exception. I shall enter the very presence of all my guides, those lights of this world who are yet to appear, those sequentially turning the wheels of complete awakening, those who reveal nirvana, final perfect peace. May I achieve the power of swift magical emanation, the power to lead to the great vehicle through every approach, the power of always beneficial activity, the power of love pervading all realms, the power of all surpassing positive potential, the power of supreme knowledge unobstructed by discrimination, and through the powers of wisdom, skillful means, and samadhi, may I achieve the power, the perfect power of awakening, purifying the power of all contaminated actions, crushing the power of disturbing emotions at the root, diffusing the power of interfering forces. I shall perfect the power of the bodhisattva practice. May I purify an ocean of worlds. May I free an ocean of beings. May I clearly see an ocean of dharma. May I realize an ocean of pristine wisdom. May I purify an ocean of activities. May I fulfill an ocean of aspirations. May I make offerings to an ocean of Buddhas. May I practice without discouragement for eons, for an ocean of eons. To awaken fully through this bodhisattva way, I shall fulfill without exception all the diverse aspirations of the awakening practice of all Buddhas gone to freedom in the 3 times everywhere, in order to practice exactly as the wise one called Samantabhadra, all embracing good, the elder brother of the sons and daughters of the Buddhas. I completely dedicate all this goodness. Likewise, may I dedicate just as the skillful Samantabhadra, with pure body, speech, and mind, pure actions, and pure Buddha fields. I shall give rise to the aspirations of Manjushri for this bodhisattva practice of all embracing good, to perfect these practices without discouragement or pause in all future eons. May my pure activities be boundless, my good qualities, may my pure activities be endless, my good qualities boundless, and through abiding in immeasurable activity, may I actualize infinite emanations. Limitless is the end of space. Likewise, limitless are living beings. Thus, limitless are karma and afflictions. May my aspirations reach be limitless as well. One may offer to the Buddhas all wealth and adornments of infinite worlds in 10 directions, and one may offer during eons numberless as atoms of the world, even the greatest happiness of gods and humans. But whoever hears this extraordinary aspiration and longing for highest awakening gives rise to faith just once, creates far more precious positive potential. Those who make this heartfelt aspiration for the Bodhisattva way will be free of all lower rebirths, free of harmful companions, and will quickly see Amitabha, infinite light. And even in this very human life, they will be nourished by happiness and have all conducive circumstances. Without waiting long, they will become like Samantabhadra himself. Those who give voice to this extraordinary aspiration will quickly and completely purify the 5 boundless harmful actions created under the power of ignorance. Blessed with supreme knowledge, excellent body, family, attributes, and appearance, they will be invincible to vast interfering forces and misleading teachers, and all the 3 worlds will make offerings, going to the noble Bodhi tree and sitting there to benefit sentient beings, subduing all interfering forces that will fully awaken and turn the great wheel of Dharma. I have no doubt that complete awakening is the fully ripened result, comprehended only by a Buddha, of holding in mind by teaching, reading, or reciting this aspiration of the Bodhisattva practice, in order to train just like the hero Manjushri, who knows reality as it is, and just like Samantabhadra as well. I completely dedicate all this goodness just as they did. With that dedication, which is praised as greatest, by all the Buddhas gone to freedom in the three times, I too dedicate all my roots of goodness for the attainment of the Bodhisattva practice. When the moment of my death arrives, by eliminating all obscurations and directly perceiving Amitabha, may I go immediately to Sukhavati, pure land of great joy. Having gone to Sukhavati, may I actualize the meaning of these aspirations, fulfilling them all without exception, for the benefit of beings for as long as this world endures. Born from an extremely beautiful superlative lotus in this joyful land, the Buddha's magnificent mandala, may I receive a prediction of my awakening directly from the Buddha Amitabha. Having received a prediction there, may I create vast benefit for beings throughout the 10 directions with a billion emanations by the power of wisdom. Through even the small virtue I have accumulated by offering this prayer of the Bodhisattva practice, may all the positive aspirations of beings be fulfilled in an instant. Through creating limitless positive potential, by dedicating this prayer of Samantabhada's deeds, may all beings drowning in this torrent of suffering enter the presence of Amitabha. Through this king of aspirations, which is the greatest of the sublime, helping in infinite wonders in samsara, through the accomplishment of this scripture dazzling with Samantabhada's practice, may suffering realms be utterly emptied of all beings. And then, it's not over yet. Hold on, I didn't download yet. Shanti, can you just share you have it open already? The dedication list from today? Oops, stop. Otherwise, I'm going to download it in just seconds. Okay, there it is. Great. So then, for the long and stable life of all of our gurus, especially His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Kyabchen Lama Zopa Rinpoche, Gandhi True Rinpoche, Losang Tenzin Serkan Central Rinpoche, Ken Rinpoche, Geshe Chun, and Consul Rinpoche, and also for the long lives of all of our Dharma teachers, especially Geshe Sherak, Geshe Tenzin Dorje, Geshe Dorje Damdro, Venerable Sange Kadro, Venerable Olivier Rossi, who's teaching tonight, right, Shanti? I think. Venerable Tenzin Namjong, Rabina Korten, Tenzin Gache, Tupten Kadro, and others. Quick enlightenment for all of our kind benefactors. So yeah, may all the benefactors of Root and other Dharma projects will become enlightened. And then for those with health issues, all of those on the list, especially those added most recently, Bharat, Sima, and family, I think, Ramachandra, and Nirmala, Sima, I believe, all in family. And then Shibudi, Bunamati, Joshi, Vide Vajvali, Nishat Ahmad, and everyone that's somewhere down below. Let's see, Natalie and Beverly Bird, Isobel Tate, Mary Barnes, Betty Kelly, Sukhananda Shid, Indrajit Kaur, Venerable Kunsang, Ravi Shankar, Bujraj, Hirani, Shashi Agrawal, Sultana, Baran, Shish Panti, Arnita, Chakraborty, and all the others in that section. Can we go to the next section? So all those who are sick, and may they quickly be recovered. And then all those who have recently passed away, especially Chunu, owner of the general store in Bodh Gaya, Halam, Niti Tolia, Elaine Sengelman, Shanbag, Gopi Rajan, and all the others who've recently passed away, and all sentient beings who've recently passed away, especially, I just read in the newspaper, yesterday was, I think 4,500 people passed away from COVID-19 in one day. In India, more than that, it's the largest number of people in one country anywhere so far. So all the people have passed away yesterday and in the last days in India and other countries of the world, and other sentient beings. All the animals have passed away and are passing through the bardo. May all of them take a precious human rebirth, or rebirth in a pure land, whatever. May they take rebirth in whatever situation is most conducive for them to make progress on the spiritual path towards full enlightenment. And then for all the Dharma projects, especially Root Institute for Wisdom Culture, which is hosting this Para sessions. And may all the Dharma projects, become successful. May they have all the conditions and sponsorship, volunteers, staff, permissions from the government, and so forth, to continue offering Dharma programs like this in their courses now and far into the future, and also for the Shakyamuni Buddha Clinic and the Maitreya School, and then for Maitri Project, which is unrelated but nearby, the other FMT project in Bodh Gaya, and then for all the other FMT projects and centers in India, in Nepal, and all over the rest of the world, may they all be able to complete boundless activities exactly in accordance with the advice of Kebje Lama Zopa Rinpoche and vision of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And then for all Dharma projects everywhere, monasteries, nunneries, Dharma centers, translation projects, and so forth. Through their activities, may they all have conducive conditions, and through their activities, may the Buddha Dharma spread in every direction, especially in India, the land of its origin. May it, the Pali and Sanskrit traditions both be fully restored, and then in places where it has already spread in the past, also all the way out to Afghanistan, Tajikistan, and so forth, Pakistan, Swat Valley, and then Mongolia, all the way over to Japan, Korea, China. May it flourish again. And then in all the regions where the Dharma has not spread, may it spread and provide vast benefit to sentient beings. In short, may all sentient beings be free from every form of suffering, have every form of well-being. May all of the different religious faiths exist in harmony with one another, and in general, may all sentient beings, especially the humans who create so much warfare and global destruction of the environment, may they stop doing all of that and live in harmony with one another and live in a sustainable and harmonious way with the natural environment. And then please bring to mind any other dedications you'd like to make. So may all of your virtuous prayers be accomplished in accordance with your wishes. The end. Okay, Shanti, you can stop sharing. Shanti, promote your programs. What is Root Institute offering to people these days?
So we have a whole series of programs like this daily Tara practice. And then after Saka Dawa Duchen, we will continue with Sunday evening, 7 to 8 p.m. Tara practice, the same practice. Then we have a course coming up, a 10-session course with an introduction and going into the details of the wisdom of emptiness with a senior nun, Venerable Sangye Kadro. And we also have programs for there's 2 sessions left of our Song of Experience course, which is a short lamrim, a comprehensive guide to enlightenment. And we have more courses later on in September and on the holy day of Choko Duchen. And also we'll have something for His Holiness's birthday and many more. So they're all up on our website and they're announced on our Facebook and page and on Instagram page. You're all welcome to attend. It's all by optional donation. So please look into it and take care. See you.
Great. Thanks, Shanti.